Protesters also filled the streets in Los Angeles, taking a public stand against sexual abuse and harassment.
Stop the violence, stop the rape! Stop the violence, stop the rape! Rise up for the women of the world, for the women of the world, rise up!
Some of the voices at the Me Too Survivors March in Hollywood, hundreds calling for an end to sexual misconduct inside America's entertainment industry and beyond. Among them, the activist Tarana Burke, who started the Me Too campaign a decade ago, long before it became the now ubiquitous hashtag. Our Kim Brunhuber was in the crowd today, speaking with people about their own experiences and the need for change.
Whatever we wear, wherever we go, yes means yes and no means no.
Work your way up to the front of the march, and there she is, a woman who says it's like she's been marching for years.
Yes means yes and no means no.
Tarana Burke is wearing the original Me Too t-shirt from before the slogan became a hashtag.
If it's attack, we fight back.
2,000 kilometers from Hollywood, where we are now, and 10 years before Weinstein and Spacey, Burke started a Me Too campaign to help young victims of sexual assault.
Sexual violence has got to go, hey, hey!
And then a recent post from actress Alyssa Milano on social media asking victims of sexual harassment or assault to post Me Too turned the campaign into a phenomenon. More than 12 million people have posted, and Milano credited Burke. What do you think about the evolution of what you started?
Doesn't matter how it started, doesn't matter who tweeted it, doesn't matter that it's Hollywood. We're all human beings and everybody has a story, and now people are standing up and paying attention. So I feel great about that.
Did it only shift because Weinstein's alleged victims are famous and white?
Yeah, but that's okay. That's what opened up the floodgates, and I'm grateful for anything that opens up the floodgates.
Bullet, body, bullet, choice!
Among that flood, 20 meters down the line of marchers, is Holly Enriquez. Not a movie star, just a young woman with a sign and a story.
I myself am a survivor.
What does the volume of support mean to somebody who's gone through this?
It means a lot. It's a little emotional. It's emotional to see so many other people have the sign that says Me Too, and to stand up and say that they are allies to people who are survivors and they won't tolerate it.
She speaks of allies, but what I notice as I make my way through the marchers is how few men there are in the crowd. 21-year-old university student Jacob Zermino is one of them.
I have had family members and close relatives who have suffered from rape or sexual violence, and just want to stand against it and fight to have a change, especially since I'm going into acting. You know, the recent stuff in the industry I want to fight against and change that. It's a big issue, especially in like college campuses and like fraternities and all that stuff. It needs to change, and there needs to be more men out here.
Stop the violence, stop the rape! Stop the violence, stop the rape!
An hour later, the march winds down. I ask Burke. You started this 10 years ago. Do you think you will be marching again like this in 10 years?
I think that I'll be doing this work for the rest of my life, and I hope in my lifetime that I see substantial change, but if I don't, I'll probably die with a Me Too shirt on. Rise up for the women of the world, for the women of the world, rise up.
Kim Brunhuber, CBC News, Los Angeles.
And there have been even more allegations of sexual misconduct in Hollywood this weekend. The latest from actress Rebel Wilson. She's come forward with two claims, one of sexual harassment against someone she only refers to as a male star. Wilson said that he asked her to perform a lewd act in a hotel room while his friends recorded it with their phones. And in the other incident, Wilson says that she was propositioned by someone she calls a top director, but she says nothing physical happened. Meanwhile, veteran actors George Takei and Richard Dreyfuss remain in damage control mode. They now face sexual misconduct allegations, each from a single accuser. Both vigorously deny doing anything wrong. Now, certainly much of the focus on sexual misconduct and how to fight it remains centered on Hollywood, but it's by no means confined there. Briar Stewart now with how the scandal is playing out in Hollywood North.
No camera, no camera.
Dressed as their favorite characters, throngs of people fill Vancouver's Fan Expo. But a few of the shows they so adore are now caught up in the latest claims of misconduct in the entertainment industry.
We're going to Krypton, we're going into the launch bay.
Andrew Kreisberg, a high-profile TV producer in Vancouver, has been suspended by Warner Brothers after a series of allegations were made in a magazine. In a statement, the company says, "We take all allegations of misconduct extremely seriously and are committed to creating a safe working environment for our employees and everyone involved in our productions." Kreisberg has reportedly denied all of the allegations. He's worked on a number of series, including The Flash, Supergirl, and Arrow, which stars Neil McDonough. He didn't want to speak about the latest claims, but had this to say.
I think it's healthy that we're having these discussions now where we've never had discussions before, and hopefully it'll stop the abuse of power and when it does happen.
Lisa Ovies has never worked with Kreisberg, but has been part of Vancouver's film industry for nearly a decade. She says through her career, she's had her own troubling experiences.
The last time was a director who, after propositioning me multiple times and being rejected, threatened me really aggressively on social media and in texting, and pretty much threatened that the next time he saw me at an industry event, I was going to pay for it, which is ridiculous.
Today, she runs a studio where she teaches film and television. She recently started speaking to her students about how to deal with harassment.
We talked about empowering yourself and really owning your space and understanding that not one person will ever ruin your career.
It's a conversation she wishes someone had with her when she first started out in the industry. Briar Stewart, CBC News, Vancouver.